Bonjour. Welcome to the latest episode of Indian Way with Johnny R podcast. I'm your host, Johnny R, obviously. The only podcast that records live. Well, maybe not. I think there's a couple more podcasts out there. So there goes that. I don't have that anymore. Used to be the one and only, but more podcasts from the nation are coming up. But I've been doing this since, video production since 2006, which a couple weeks ago was my 14th anniversary of starting 94 Warriors. Now I call it 94 Warriors Media because it used to be video production, but kind of cut back on the video production other than my phone. And I was talking to one of my coworkers about this, that what used to take me hours in the basement to do when I first started this in 2006, and now it takes me about 8 minutes on my phone. So that's how far technology has taken us. Everything right there. So, but not much on to talk about today, but there were new Red Lake Nation COVID numbers that were posted yesterday. And according to the chairman's update, excuse me, I should never did it. Sorry, I meant to do it that way. But the chairman's numbers said 128 total. No, what would that be? I effed up the numbers. Currently, we have 46 active cases, where 128 of them have recovered, and I am one. Thank God, or whichever higher power you pray to, bow down to, look up to, look over. I don't know, whatever. But 46 active cases. 36 are in the Red Lake District, 7 in Redby, 3 in Ponema, 0 in Little Rock. 46 of the positive cases, 19 are residents of the Jourdain Perpich, and 13 are staff. 3 people are in the ICU, 1 at the detention center, and 3 are at the Super 8 in isolation, which where I was 3 weeks ago. Beltrami County currently has 235 active cases, and 1,314 have recovered. 24 are in the hospital, with 14 of them residents of Beltrami County. I don't know what that means, but I got that from Brandy Jourdain. She put that up. And there was another story about, where is it? Bemidji Pioneer. I don't know if that was in the chairman's report yesterday too, but I didn't get to watch it. I suppose I could have watched it now, but I know there's a story that came out of the Bemidji Pioneer today that said the National Guard activated to contain Red Lake Nursing Home COVID-19 outbreak. Story by Hannah Olson of the Bemidji Pioneer. It says that the Red Lake Nation is currently experiencing a high uptick in COVID-19 cases, according to the update from Tribal Chairman Siki. There's 46 as of November 16th. There are 46 active cases in the Nation. Nearly 30% of the total cases recorded in Red Lake since the pandemic began. What does it say? Total active cases in Red Lake, 40% are tied to the Jourdain Perpich Extended Care Center, which is a 47-bed senior nursing home located in Red Lake. There are currently 19 active cases. Chairman Siki met virtually with Governor Walz on Monday, along with other tribal leaders. And at that meeting, Governor Walz has authorized the National Guard nurses to travel to Red Lake to help, as many of the nurses from Red Lake currently working at the care center have been infected. So thank you to Governor Walz and the what is it called? National Guard for coming up, because I don't know. It seems like a lot of the I was seeing the news today where a lot of the hospital staff are pretty much maxed out because of the hours they put in. And I was watching on CNN where a lot of them, even with their dying breath, they're saying that COVID-19 couldn't be real. This can't be happening. That's just, from a nurse in South Dakota said that. So it's just it's a scary time to be not just an American but citizen of the world. This COVID-19 is doesn't care who you are, where you're from, and taking its toll on everybody, which it's not really. See, I'm actually speechless. I don't know what I could say. All I can do is wear my mask, sanitize, and try and keep my distance. That's all any of us can do. And seems like the only thing that'll help us right now is wearing a mask. And a lot of people still aren't following those guidelines. Even though it's not. A lot of the states are actually starting a mask mandate, so that's a good sign. Good sign for the people. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just worried for everybody, and it's really tough to function. We just need the government to, Congress to do their job and take care of those that that aren't working and that have suffered employment because of what's going on. And we only got $1,200 once, so and I was in March or April, and I don't know, a lot more can be done, should be done, but Trump's still too worried about trying to overturn the election, which he lost handily, and he just needs to move on and do his job, or else they should invoke the 25th Amendment, because he's never been in the right mind to do this. But what you gonna do, Speaking of Trump, I started a Parler account, Parler, which I was told a social media site for I suppose right-wing conservatives, and I just wanted to get on there to secure the @Johnny R handle. And I've been on there for about 5 days now, and so far I've been asked to be a Nazi, and I've been called the N-word so far, and I'm kind of scared to look at what was said to me today. So I'm gonna go back on there later today. I just mostly do it to be a troll. I'm not. Seems like I'm a liberal left-wing troll, but I really don't know what I am, because growing up poor in the Red Lake Nation, a lot of our people depended on government assistance, and we live excuse me, we live way up in the woods, and it's hard to get out and find a job not in Red Lake. If we worked in Bemidji, we'd have hour commute every day. Though I used to work out in Thief River, and that was 1 hour that way and 1 hour home. So that's when gas used to be a nickel, so it wasn't too bad. And I was also making, I think I started at $5.50 out there back in 1994. And when I left in 1999, I was making $9.45 an hour plus tips, which were about $2 or $3. So, but the drive out there was a little too much sometimes, Plus, I picked up a lot of bad habits out there, and learned how to consume. So it was detrimental to my health working out there. A lot of fun though. I learned a lot. Met a lot of nice people. But anyway, Where was I? I forgot. Oh, growing up in Red Lake, you know, a lot of people are poor. It's I think I was talking about last time about how we need to push our kids towards learning a trade, and very important, especially now where a lot of us artists are struggling. Even though it's fortunate to get hired right as the shutdown was happening, first shutdown in March 16th. I started my job, and after being out of work for what, 8 months maybe, and now that I got life insurance and medical, dental, vision. I got my glasses yesterday. Got my brand new Ray-Bans. Not to show the wife how cool they were, so I stood outside because these are transition lenses. So I had to go outside and wait for my glasses to get dark. And I think it's like, what, 20 degrees out there? Stood out there for about 5 to 10 minutes just to show my wife how cool they were. You know, they're a little snug, but you know, a lot of my glasses are snug because I got a big head. So, but I've always wanted a pair of Ray-Bans. You know, like the Blues Brothers, even though I never watched the Blues Brothers growing up. And then when I did as an adult, it didn't, I don't know, didn't hit with me. I don't know why. But I did love Animal House. But the Blues Brothers was just, you know, as a comedian, there are a lot of comedy, legendary comedy movies that I just can't get into for some reason. I don't know if that makes me an outsider, you know, like Caddyshack. I think when Caddyshack came out, I was about 4 or 5, so. And then I probably tried and watched it once, and it didn't click. Monty Python was another one. My stepdad was into Monty Python, sat me down, watched it with him. Nothing. Still, when I'm an adult, I don't know, maybe if I watched it again, I'm starting to evolve as a human, almost a superhuman, I suppose. Mentally, you know. Okay, that's a lie. Still dumb, but yeah, a lot of things I don't get as a comedian, and probably a disappointment to my fellow comedians that I don't get a lot of what they're into. So, but I forgot where I was going with this. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, other than that, it's working. You know, getting my hours in, meeting new people at work. Even though it's kind of dangerous to be out, but I work with the public, and I already got the coronavirus, so I don't know if that makes me more not immune to it, but they told me it was like the flu, you know, the first stage, the first wave. No, it couldn't be the first wave. First season. So maybe, I don't know, but I don't want to risk it. And I'm old, and I'm vulnerable, and I've got health issues that keeps me from wanting to venture out very far. But I do have to make a supply run. Maybe, I hate to, but this weekend. So maybe I'll just do the pickup thing. So hopefully we can get that smooth transition. And but yeah, other than that, I'm just trying to get the Res Comedy. It's all right here. All the footage is in this 5 terabyte extended. What is that, external hard drive? So hopefully we get that going soon. And also, I was gonna say, there's this book I'm gonna be featured in. It's called it's by Cliff Nesteroff. You can look him up. It's Kliph Nesteroff, Nesterof. He's on Twitter. I can't get on Twitter on my MacBook, and it's so stupid. But it is called, let me get the title of that book for you. It's on my phone, but as you can see, I'm recording on my phone. It's something about a line Charlie Hill had. It's called we had a bit of a real estate problem. I think that's what it's called. About native comedians, native comedy. Myself, Adrian Chalapa, the 1491s, and a few more indigenous comedians are featured in it. And pretty excited. And it comes out. Oh, here it is right here. It said, we had a little real estate problem. The unheralded story of Native Americans and comedy by Cliff Nesteroff. And let me read you what it says here on. It has editorial reviews. This is from Judd Apatow. Judd Apatow says of the book, Cliff Nesteroff explores an overlooked side of comedy in We Had a Little Real Estate Problem. From its account of Native American marginalization to the Cherokee roots of Will Rogers, from the inspiring story of Charlie Hill to the new wave of young, hilarious indigenous comedians, this book is a game changer. So technically, Judd Apatow called me and Adrian and the 1491s and the other ones in there the new wave of young, hilarious indigenous comedians. So that's going on my for my credits. And also Steve Martin had an editorial review. Steve Martin says, Steve Martin, the wild and crazy guy, the legendary comedian Steve Martin, said, a remarkable book, I can't even talk, so excited. A remarkable book that takes the history of Native American comedy and turns it into a page turner. It seems like there's a revelation in every one of its tight chapters. Applause for the book and the exciting artists who populate it. Again, Steve Martin is talking about me and Adrian and 1491s and all the other ones that were in it. So, Bob Odenkirk says, is that Better Call Saul? I think that's the Better Call Saul guy. He says, no one knows the inside story of comedy and the trials and tribulations of the people who can't stop themselves from making it, like Cliff Nesteroff. It is so cool to observe how comedy lets people tell the truth, and Native people certainly have a lot to release through making it fun. If you love the story of comedy, this is an untold side. Until now. So, yeah, that's coming out. Run and look it up again. It's called We Had a Little Real Estate Problem, The Unheralded Story of Native Americans in Comedy by Cliff Nesteroff. It will be available on February 16th, 2021. And you can look it up on Amazon right now and you can pre-order it. So check that out. We're being noticed, so. And also at the end of this month, it'll be my 11th anniversary of comedy. November 30th, 2009, I did comedy for the very first time. It was at the Bemidji State University in the American Indian Resource Center. They had a showcase for native talent, and people were singing, hand drum and dancers, and what else was there? Singing. Did I say singing? Yeah. And then comedy. And I still have the tape. It's actually a tape, a Super 8 video recorder I had with me at the time, and my daughters were with me. So I had my oldest daughter, and she must have been 14 at the time. She was recording it. So, and I still have that tape. I just gotta dig it out, and it's horrible. I got maybe 2 laughs in about 10 minutes, and horrible. It was incredibly awkward, but just those couple laughs is what got me, fired up about comedy. And I just needed that approval from strangers, and and I've been doing it ever since, trying to get people to like me and pay me. But that's how I started. I was 33 years old, and if you do the math, 11 years. Anyway, but yeah, that's all it took. Just the courage to try it, and it lit a little fire under me to try and make a run of it. And I haven't gotten to where I want to be yet, but I probably won't get to where I want to be. But I've said this before. Maybe somebody's watching me and they'll try and the biggest step was the one to get started, the most difficult. So hopefully there's somebody watching and they wanna try something they never have but always dreamed of, and it just see me see me. I've failed so many times while on the road, and that shows, and the awkward silences, but the thing about all those failures is I was able to learn, and from then it was wanting to learn more, and which brings me to right where I'm right now. Even though I was doing video production at the time, it made me want to explore into different media mediums, I suppose. So I've done video production, and now I'm podcasting and video still, but it's just that first step. It's gotta dare to, man, that'd be a good logo for natives. Maybe if I come up with an indigenous sports moccasin, and my logo, well, not my logo, my what's not logo, what is it? I blank. This is what happens when you get old. You blank out more. And tagline, yeah, well, that'll work. Yeah, just dare to. There you go. Instead of just that sounds familiar. What's that from? Just dare to. I don't know. But yeah, that'll be my thing. Just dare to. I call it. So anybody else tries to do that, it's mine. So it's documented on this Indian Way with Johnny R podcast. And that's all I got. So I want to miigwech for listening. And if you can, I'm trying to make a not a living, but try and support me here. I'm trying to get started on YouTube, monetize my YouTube page. I just never bothered with it before. I never really had time to read through everything. But it's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube, or you can subscribe to my iTunes feed or Spotify, or my Anchor app. Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. I think Google Play. Is Google Play still alive? Or is that Google Music that died? One of them. But yeah, just if you can subscribe, subscribe for monthly to help me. I need to upgrade my equipment, man. So if you guys want to do that, send me some money for my podcasting and videos. And I hate begging, but I don't hate begging. Just give me some money so I can make a nice to make a living out of this. But yeah, so look me up on iTunes, Indian Way with Johnny R podcast on iTunes, Spotify, the Anchor app, and there's a link where you can contribute. That's the word, contribute. You can contribute to my my business here, so my media empire. So, but yeah, thanks for listening, and hopefully we'll be back. I don't know. We'll try to do this 2 days a week. Let's try Tuesday and Thursday. So I'll be back Tuesday, miigwech.